All right, who wants some news on my child custody case being in appeals court? Because I have some new news. First thing I want to say, I didn't say it was good news and I didn't say it was bad news. And that's the biggest thing that I'm trying to get across with all this stuff going on. You've got to just have faith and trust that sometimes it's okay for things not to be okay. And you just have to go with it. It took me 3 years into this and having a stroke, but I've gotten to that point where I don't know how it's going to play out based on the news. So I'm just taking it as news. I'm not thinking, ooh, this is good news, and I'm not excited, this is bad news. I can see pros and cons of both. Typically, in the beginning of all of this, when something happened, I would immediately focus on that negative, like, oh my God, well, this means this is going bad, or oh my God, it's going to be another 6 month delay, and this is horrible. But that's all in your head, and you really don't know. You don't know how this is going to play out in 5 years. You don't know how it's going to play out in 10 years. You've got to just have faith, whether it's whatever you use for faith. So, big guy, spiritual, whatever works for you, just have faith that things have meaning and they have a purpose, and it's your job to find them. I found mine is doing this. I found a lot of sanity in realizing that I can make a difference in the system. It might be naive, but actually think I have a really good chance of accomplishing some things, and I'd love for you to follow and come along for that journey. But anyway, back to the news. First of all, my case is in the Georgia Appeals Court. I haven't even seen my daughter, seen her at all in over a year. Against what two psychologists said is best for my daughter, which was I was supposed to have visitation. The court, as you all know, doesn't necessarily go along with what's best for the child. They just make up what they think is best for the child. So that's where I'm at with all of this. But I'm in appeals court. My case was turned in July 8th, is what's called docketed. With the appeals court, you get a docket date. And in Georgia, it falls into quarters. I think it's quarters. But the docket date for July is considered the April quarter or April term. They call it a term, goes till July 17th. So I'm in the April term, and they have to make a decision on that. It's a law by November 3rd, the end of the August term. It's not new news, but I just read into why I didn't have a decision. I had been looking at the docket date and waiting and thinking, okay, by November 3rd, I'm going to have an answer. Well, it's now the end of November, and I don't have an answer. Whether they're going to turn over this and let it go back to court and actually try to have an actual fair, real hearing, especially now that I have a lot more experience and I have some funds built up for an attorney. By the way, get an attorney. I don't care how. Rob a bank, get an attorney, do something, or 99% chance you're going to lose. There's a lot of information to prepare for yourself. There's a very small percentage of people who do well on their own. The only way you're going to do well on your own is to have a very fair and listening judge, and they're very few and far between. So it's going to come down to a lot of things other than just how smart and sophisticated you are, because I thought I was pretty smart and sophisticated, and I got my lunch handed to me. Well, my ass handed to me, but whatever the saying is. Anyway, but what happened is it's that docket date that's important. So my case was during the April. By law, they have till November 3rd. Well, I just went in there and I'm like, why don't I have an answer? So what I did was I went into Gemini. I didn't use ChatGPT this time. I used Gemini to say, hey, this is all the information. And it says, just because you have a docket date, especially if it's the end of the term, mine was 9 days before the end of the term, sometimes they'll docket it to the next term. So even though the date's for the previous term, they'll roll it into the next. So I looked, and I'm docketed for the August term. So instead of finding out and trying to get back to court and get my daughter sooner and fix all this, I'm in the August term, which ended November 3rd, but I think that's how it falls. Anyway, they don't have to have a ruling on the term that I'm in now until March 16th of 2026. Now, can they do it sooner? Yes. Will they? I have no idea, but I just found out I've got another 5-month delay. So November, December, January, February. 5-month delay till I find anything out. And then we'll have to have a court date, which will be 2 months. In the meantime, all this started when my daughter was 12. She's now 15. That's going to put her to 16 and a half. It's just about pointless. Other than someday when she's older and understands this, she'll know I didn't quit. Also, there's a lot of financial stuff involved in all of this because my child support tripled at the last hearing. If the appeal goes through, that'll all come back, or I probably won't actually realistically get it back, but something will happen. I'm working on that stuff. So anyway, my big lesson here is I've finally gotten to that point where when stuff is happening, it's not good or bad. You don't know. If you think it's good, it's good, because that's what's in your head. Might not be good, though. You don't know. And if you think it's bad because you're going to feel like it's bad. But you don't know. That's up here. And you've got to get control, and you've got to get centered. You've got to find that inner peace to go, I'm just going to have faith that there is some journey here, because we're not put here for an easy life. I mean, let's just all get that fact right out of the bag. None of us have an easy life. Even the people that you think have easy lives with money and boats and yachts and planes, I guarantee they have their own inner dilemmas that you have no idea about. Everybody's got a burden. We're all going through stuff, and there's got to be some kind of reason for it, and I don't know what it is, but there's some kind of growth or purpose or whatever, hopefully. So with that, you've just got to have faith that there's a process and you're on a journey, a trek. Think of it, like a movie and an adventure, although it's not fun like a movie because you're living it. But just know there's some purpose to it, and try to find out what that is and go along with it. So my news is there's no news, and now there's a 6-month delay. In the meantime, I will be filing a couple lawsuits. I did file a bar complaint against the Guardian on my case, which has very solid ground, so I'll keep you updated. It was just filed this week. It'll take 30 days at least till anything at all happens. I don't know how long till, or if I even get to find out what happens. I'm sure I'll get some kind of inclination of what happens. But I did file a bar complaint on the Guardian. I'm making an allegation of perjury and failure to do their duty, because in my opinion, she perjured herself on my case, and she also did not do any of the jobs she was hired to do, and that took a devastating toll on my case. So I filed a bar complaint. I'm also going to be working on some other steps that I'll share later. I can't put them out there because I haven't done them yet. Anyway, so I really appreciate a like and a follow, because the more traction I gain, the more people that watch this, the more the people in the courts will actually take it seriously because they know it's getting watched. So I greatly appreciate all of you, and trust me, I feel for you because I'm on this journey with you. We're all going through this kind of crap. And so that is everything. Please give me a like and a follow, and I will keep you updated. This is just a real casual. Sorry I didn't clean my desk or anything. I was just kind of an on-the-whim video of, wow, I just found this out, and it didn't affect me emotionally. And that's such a huge step to get to that point where it's not good news, it's not bad news. It's news, and I won't know until the future. And it was really nice finding a little bit of peace in that. So I thought I would share that with you. And I hope you have a great day, evening, night, whatever time it is, morning, and you too can find some peace amongst all this chaos.